Hey there! Welcome to Jackie Talks Horror. I'm Jackie, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Ash, which had its theatrical release in March earlier this year. It's a low-budget mystery sci-fi horror blend, an exciting combination from a director known for unique and unconventional work. But does it all come together here? As always, I'll be using trailer and images from IMDb in this review. There aren't actually many characters in this film, but let's get to them. The main characters are Rhea, played by Eiza Gonzalez. I saw her in Baby Driver as Darling, and in The Ministry for Ungentlemanly Warfare as Marjorie Stewart, amongst other projects. Now she's our main protagonist, and the one we spend all our time with. I feel she has some Ripley vibes, but never hits the mark with that. She seems a very capable, curious and adventurous character. The other main character is Brian, played by Aaron Paul, who I think most people will know from Breaking Bad as Jesse Pinkman, amongst other projects. He plays the person that Rhea connects with once she wakes up, and he seems a decent and steady character, if a bit unsure of how to help her. Unfortunately, only the two leads, Rhea and Brian, are anything like fully formed. But then, they are the two that we spend most of the time with. The others we only see in flashbacks. As for the performances, the acting from Eiza seemed a bit off in the beginning. At first, it reminded me of those CGI-heavy game adaptations where something feels a bit artificial, but once she had someone to act against, she improved. So I'm guessing it was intentional and to reflect the disorientation her character was going through. Okay, so now for the plot and pacing. The IMDb plot synopsis reads: a woman wakes up on a distant planet and finds the crew of her space station viciously killed. Her investigation into what happened sets in motion a terrifying chain of events. Ash has a very reasonable runtime of 1 hour 35 minutes, but doesn't spend much of that unpacking the deeper lore or the background behind what happened. It starts off quite gentle, with trippy visuals, with Rhea getting her bearings, and does take a bit of time to get where it's going, but oh boy, that third act is off the charts. I felt the film gave me strong Alien vibes, some scenes especially, and if you've seen the film, you will know. And the creature design reminded me of something from The Thing, though not quite up to that level. The story unfolds largely through fragmented flashbacks, which slowly reveal key details about what happened and why. Rather than relying on constant exposition, the film lets you piece things together gradually, along with Rhea, our proxy, which works well given its mysterious tone. As for the scares, it does throw in a few jump scares, and while they aren't the film's main method of frightening you, most of them are timed effectively and hit the mark when they do show up. Okay, and now for some director and production notes. Ash 2025 was directed by Flying Lotus, aka Stephen D. Bingley Ellison, who is better known as a musician but has also acted. In this film, he has a supporting role as Davis and did triple duty as director, actor and composer, drawing inspiration from John Carpenter and Vangelis for the score, giving the film a haunting futuristic vibe. Flying Lotus is no stranger to directing horror either, as he directed short Ozzy's Dungeon in the horror anthology film VHS 99, and many reviews of that hailed its bold and unconventional approach. The film premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 11, 2025, and was subsequently released in US theatres on March 21, 2025. It was shot in New Zealand, utilising a former door manufacturing plant in Auckland as a primary set. This practical approach allowed for a tangible environment, enhancing the film's immersive quality. Flying Lotus emphasised the importance of practical effects and sets, aiming to create a vibrant and interesting world despite budget constraints. It's set primarily within confines of a space base, which adds to the sense of isolation and claustrophobia. This limited setting works well with the film's mysterious tone, and allows the production design to shine. The interiors feel functional yet unsettling, enhancing the eerie atmosphere. It's clear that a lot of thought went into making the base feel both grounded and otherworldly, supporting the director's vision. Now, I thought one major standout in the movie is the spacesuits. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. Now, the spacesuits featured in Ash were designed with a unique visceral aesthetic, resembling synthetic rib cages. Flying Lotus revealed that the suits were conceptually built using the organs of each character's deceased relatives, incorporating elements like stem cells and plasma from donors. Although that backstory wasn't explicitly detailed in the film, it contributed to the distinct visual identity of the suits. Okay, so now we come to my ratings. For cinematography and soundtrack, this film gets 4.5 out of 5. The scenery was incredibly well done. This is a beautifully shot film and felt trippy and surreal, a bit like Colour Out of Space at times. The soundtrack, which was by Flying Lotus, was excellent. However, it lost half a star here, as I thought it was a little on the loud side. It didn't obscure the dialogue for me, but I do watch movies with subtitles on. But as an example, when they were walking, the score would get so loud I had to turn the sound down and then turn it back up again when they were talking. So for special effects and gore, this film gets 3.5 out of 5. The AI voice was cool and fun, but nothing else stood out except the spacesuits. Ash uses both practical and special effects. The practical effects were good and added to the realism. The gore doesn't really stand out, and the lack of the budget shows in the special effects. For characters, it gets 3 out of 5. Unfortunately, only the lead characters Rhea and Brian get any amount of development. While they are engaging enough to carry the story, the rest of the cast is mostly confined to flashbacks and fleeting moments, and that doesn't allow for much emotional depth or connection. For enjoyment and rewatch value, it gets 3.5 out of 5. Despite its flaws, the film is still an enjoyable ride, especially for fans of atmospheric sci-fi horror. The visuals and vibe alone might warrant a second watch, although not immediately. For personal score, this film gets 3.5 out of 5. Whilst the visuals and soundtrack were epic, they didn't make up for the lacking of a compelling or coherent story, or lack of character development. So that's all for this review. If you enjoy a blend of psychological horror, sci-fi and mystery, Ash is definitely worth checking out. The film's unique tone and atmosphere will also appeal to those who appreciate unconventional storytelling and more cerebral horror experiences. So if that sounds like you won't want to miss it. Have you seen Ash? What did you think of it? Do leave your comments down below, but remember to be respectful, and remember, this is only my opinion of the film. It'd be a boring old world if we all like the same things. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more horror content. You won't want to miss what's coming next on this channel. This is Jackie signing off. Take care, and see you next time.